0% love, 113%.
I ain't met nobody.
3C
how I live. I don't fuck with nobody, but if you know about right, you get it and you got it.
Allow me to introduce myself. It's Mr. Flag on the left, smoking a bag of the death. Just sold a bag of the milk, keep extra bags on the shelf. And I don't wanna brag on myself, but if I got a bad bitch with me, she gon' pass on the left. It's first, ass last. Yeah, you already know the name. That nigga there with that Ruger. Yeah, that's my brother Fame. I guess you know how the rest go. Better come out that change for your nose and your forehead. Somehow get rearranged. See, I don't want none of that drama, but I put it on my mama. If you make the wrong move, won't be no question marks or commas. Saw niggas whistle away when I was gone behind the walls. That's why I stay in prayer when I got to work in my drawers. I don't wanna go, that's why I grip a cockpot hole. I ain't no ordinary Joe, this ain't no ordinary Joe. My sister get this shit from Cali, so you already know this ain't no ordinary pistol. It's gonna shoot through the door. It's Mr. Who, it's Mr. Friday. Came home feel like man, fuck everybody. Keeping it G like got it, pockets looking naughty. And keep a couple exotic freaks when I'm spotty. It's Friday, this assy man. I done been around the world, so if you tend to dick, you probably shouldn't bring me around your girl. I done been oriental, let the makeup in the rental. I done fucked turkey kids, but man, that whole been acting mental. See, to me, this shit is simple. It's just between the temples. What? Just don't be no sucker for no pussy ass and dimples. You simple, and I'm pimping. I've been doing it since 99. I stay up on the grind. Get your money on your mind. Eat this, bitch.
What it was, man. Y'all know who it is, man. And y'all tuned in with Priceless Knowledge of Self. And this ain't shit but a little cosmic insight, man. Hey, man. How is this Pisces moon treating y'all, bro? It's treating me lovely. You know, that little jam we were just jamming right there, you know what I'm saying? That was a young me, myself, back years and years ago when I had a little rap career, you know what I'm saying? A little bit on that Pisces moon shit, you know what I'm saying? But we ain't even gonna get into that. But yeah, that was me when I was young, man. But look, guess what? We have reached the last and final installment in this Rising Signs or Ascendant series. And I'm gonna tell y'all right now, man, it's been a pleasure bringing all this to y'all, man. Look how far we've accomplished in 100 days, man. Yeah. That work ethic I have is something serious, man. And when you find something that you believe in, it'll be serious for you, man. And let's just hope it's lucrative, okay? And, you know, like I said, with this Pisces moon, you see me repping for the king, man. You know what I'm saying? Or the prince. Say, man, I'm smiling, man. I need everybody to be smiling. And it ain't just the good. Even though that is lovely. Bitch almost went out, though. But look, man, speaking of being lucrative, man, this right here, this gonna be a little something about those people that have Taurus rising in their natal chart. Yeah. And hey, man, I want y'all to know that Taurus rising is actually the rarest of all the rising signs. And I've done the research, and I'm sure somebody's gonna come in my comments coming at me. Come at me, bro. But this is one of the rarest, if not the rarest of all rising signs, because of course we don't know everybody's birth time. But hey, because of certain timings astrologically, it just happens that way. And everybody can't have it like that. But before I even get to that, man, what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna bring y'all a little bit on what the ascendant or the rising sign is in astrology. And then after that, I'm gonna bring y'all some of the characteristics and personality traits that come along with being a Taurus rising or a Taurus ascendant. Then after that, you know what I'm gonna do, man? I'm gonna set the table for you. And Tauruses love to eat. And I'm gonna put the houses into place, man. And it might even tell a little story how things may play out for them in a broad sense. So without further ado, man, let's get it cracking. So the rising sign of the ascendant This is the sign that was rising from the east at the exact moment that you were born. And whatever degree that it's at, that's where your first house cusp starts. And that's why having the accurate birth time is pretty pivotal in accurately interpreting the birth chart, man. And that's also because it sets the table and puts the houses into place, which can really tell the story of a person's life, and kind of, if it's done the right way by me. No, I'm just playing, man, but I really ain't. But anyway, the ascendant or the rising sign, it plays a pivotal role in the big three that consists of the sun, the moon, and the rising that really, make up the basis of our personality. So the ascendant is going to be how you come across to other people. It has a lot to do with your appearance too, in a broad sense, and how you carry yourself. It's like, it's your outward personality. It's like when people see you, they're going to be like, hey, man, that's a Taurus right there. He looks like money. You know what I'm saying? Or they might see you and be like, look at this motherfucker showing his ass. That's a Leo. But oftentimes, it's not, man. That's just the rising sign of the ascendant that you're seeing, man. And that doesn't mean it's not important or it's not a big part of who you are. It's just not everything. And so whatever planet that rules the sign that is, your rising sign, for instance, right here with Taurus rising, that means that Venus is the chart ruler, and that's you go look what house that's in, and that's going to show you a lot about how this plays out for you, and give you a lot of insight into how your own personality works, or how it comes across to other people, at least. And I like to think that the rising sign is the vehicle that you use to get to the sun sign, whereas the moon sign is the engine. So when we're talking about Taurus ascendants or Taurus rising, off top, what you're going to notice about these individuals is that they're solid, sturdy people, man. And not just physically, but kind of that too, but in aura and presence also. They just really look and seem like a motherfucker that has it really all together, man. They just seem like somebody that knows how to keep it together. And, that has a certain calming effect on other people around them. And yeah, they themselves too are generally more relaxed and calm than most could ever be. You know what I'm saying? But you can't forget that this is the bull, man. So just know that if and when the event does occur that they get pushed too motherfucking far, man, they're gonna lose their shit for real, and probably become extremely violent and destructive, and getting them to calm the fuck down, you know what I'm saying? That's a whole nother battle in itself, man, because, they have repressed so much up until that point that it's gonna be a fucking shit show. And I mean the shit show of all shit shows. You know what I'm saying? And, good luck with that. But y'all do not get it twisted. Don't get it twisted, because I ain't trying to get my ass toe off the motherfucking mainframe by no Taurus rising. But they're not angry or dangerous people. And that's why that happens when they get pushed too far. You know what I'm saying? They're extremely protective of their personal peace, man. So, they're usually some of the most relaxed and calm people that there are. However, when they get triggered, bro, you know what I'm saying, and it goes past a certain point, they gonna trip the fuck out, man. And the fact that they have allowed something to get them so out of character, you know what I'm saying, it just kind of enrages them even further, man. And, it just makes it that much worse. So that's definitely a struggle dealing with. But that's very seldom. And they also have an extremely long fuse. And switching lanes, as with all prominent Taurus placements, these motherfuckers only want the finest things in life, which subsequently makes them, extremely ambitious and financially focused more than anybody else. Taurus is about money, and accordingly, man, they look like money, man. They smell like money, man. And you know what I'm saying? They sound like money when they speak, man. They probably speak well. And you know what I'm saying? So in turn, when they talk about the law of attraction, they attract money, man. They attract money for real. And I'm gonna tell you now that, you know what I'm saying? Uncle Scrooge McDuck, yeah, himself, that motherfucker Scrooge McDuck. And if y'all don't know what I'm talking about, man, hey, man, I'm old. I don't give a damn. But Scrooge McDuck himself, man, he had to be a Taurus rising, man, if he was anything else. Yeah. And on another note, you know, these are profoundly sensual people, whereas, you know, the polar opposite sign of Scorpio is, you know, intensely sexual. You know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers want to feel exquisite pleasure, taste the most succulent delicacies, and, you know, look at wondrous scenery. And we all know that it takes money to do that. It takes bread to do that. And so they're going to stay down stubbornly until they come the fuck up. And, you know, they will come the fuck up. And that's just how it goes, man. And to sum it up, I want to add that these are also very possessive and jealous people in their relationships. So if you're not ready to commit, you know, don't even play with them, because, you know, that could be intensely dangerous for all parties involved, okay? And that's just a little news you can use, man. Keep that in mind. But moving on, let's set the table and put these houses into place, man. You know, get this shit out the way. So, you know, the first house is Taurus, is ruled by Venus. They're usually cool, calm, collective, and generally extremely pleasant to be around, man. Strong, you know what I'm saying? And they care about how they look a lot. They dress well, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, they look like money, and, you know what I'm saying, they kind of move methodically, you know what I'm saying? And they might have distinctly soothing voices. That's something else too, because Taurus rules the throat. And so the second house, moving on, is Gemini and Mercury. And hey, that's kind of fitting that they make money by communication, and Taurus rules the throat. And so pay attention, man. You might just learn something, because this shit isn't an accident the way that your chart works out. And never forget that. And if you get it read the right way, I can show you how shit ain't an accident, how their placements are tied into each other, and how one begets another one. You get what I'm saying? But with second house, Gemini and Mercury, they value communication, and they could get paid from the way they talk or singing, their singing voice, or they could just have money coming in from all different stuff. You know what I'm saying? They're the type of motherfucker that has their hands in pies all over the table. Yeah. And I'm not even going to elaborate, because it just, yeah. Their third house is Cancer, is ruled by the moon. And, you know, they're very close emotionally to their siblings, man. Or they could have a Cancer brother or sister, or just have a nurturing relationship between each other, man. And, like, you know, the love there is strong, man. And they feel their pain, they feel their joy. And that's just kind of what it is, man. And, you know, they're extremely sentimental speakers, man. And, you know, when they get up and they go to talking, they're the person that can pull on people's heartstrings, man, and, you know, really hit people where they feel at. And I can also say that they're always thinking about how they feel, too. Yeah. So the fourth house is Leo, and it's ruled by the sun. And, you know, their mom could have been a Leo, or at least was very dramatic and funny and affectionate, or she could have been selfish. You know, their mom could have been an actor, you know. Their mom just had a really bold personality, and at the same time, she was also very proud. And they loved their mama, adored her, and, you know, vice versa, man. And other people, other children especially, loved their mama and adored her. You know what I'm saying? And they probably gonna have a lot of kids, man, with Leo in their fourth house, man. It shines light on that. And, you know, they want to be the center of attention at home. They need buku attention at home with their kids when they were young kids. Like that's just how that goes with that, man. And there's a few different ways that could play out. You know what I'm saying? So their 5th house is Virgo and is ruled by Mercury, and their job has to be fun for them, and they want to be seen as somebody that's consistent. And even when it comes to creative endeavors or fun activities, they plan every detail and they want it to be perfect, man. And that's kind of how that goes, man. And Virgo ain't very comfortable there, but if they plan it the right way and everything goes according to plan, they'll have a hell of a time, right? I guess. So the 6th house is ruled by Libra and Venus, and they organize their relationships, and they're very balanced between their daily routines and their personal relationships. They could be artists, and whatever it is that they do, they want it to be harmonious and fair, and their relationships are tied to their health and their well-being. They could get into relationships with people at work. You get what I'm saying? They could be that type of motherfucker that's doing their thing at the job, That could play out a lot of different ways, man. They could have met their significant other at work, man. Or they're just, when they're at work, that the personal relationships is important. You know what I'm saying? So, or they could work in a business partnership. There's another one I could see there. Like them and their significant other could run a business, or even if it's not their significant other, them and somebody else just have a business partnership where they do business together, and they each have their part that they play equally. You know what I'm saying? The 7th house is Scorpio and Pluto, and this is where shit gets deep. And their relationships are extremely deep and intense and, passionate and sexual too. They're probably very possessive of each other. You know what I'm saying? There could be a lot of power struggles with one or both being manipulative or controlling. They could have a secret relationship going on here. And I can also be honest and say that this is a placement where someone could end up widowed or, something like that. But that's just me being honest, and it's not something that you need to live your life being in fear of. Okay. And so moving on, the 8th house is Sagittarius and Jupiter, and this ain't very fun for them either. And what it is though, is the dark shit they go through transforms their beliefs, and their beliefs are always transforming. They're uncomfortable with new experiences and foreign things. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, these placements are entangled. Being uncomfortable with new experiences and foreign things. This is 8th house Sagittarius and Jupiter. This is a Taurus rising. You understand? Like, they're stubborn. They don't like new shit. They like to, keep it how it is. You know what I'm saying? Their security is everything. Security is everything. Security is everything. You feel me? But in all seriousness, man, they could also get an inheritance from their grandparents, I could see here, and which they're not keen to speak on, and their beliefs, they're not keen to speak on either. And, they're just uncomfortable, with things that are just of a spiritual nature. And that's always changing. So the 9th house is Capricorn and is ruled by Saturn. And, they believe in hard work, and they're very traditional in how they do shit. Extremely conservative. They could have had a Capricorn grandparent or in-law, and they might travel long distances for work. You get what I'm saying? And they could get paid to travel, something like that. Yeah. And so I'm gonna leave that there. The 10th house is Aquarius, and it's ruled by Uranus or Saturn to a lesser degree. And, people see them as innovators, which is crazy because, they have all this energy, and then the 10th house, they're seen as, so how they're seen publicly is totally not who they are internally. And that's not gonna change because this is both a fixed modality. And you know, they're just different than everybody else, man. And they don't like the spotlight, but they stand out like a fucking sore thumb. Sore thumb, pardon me. I said thumb. And you know, they're not afraid to go against the grain, man. Their dad was smart and, you know, probably even a little quirky or weird. And, you know, yeah, their status changes a lot here too, man. And they could also, you know, just be seen as somebody who's brilliant, somebody who's just ahead of the game. You know, and so the 11th house is Pisces and Neptune, and you know, their friends have a disillusioned view of them, and probably likewise, but they love them regardless, unconditionally. You know, probably very emotional about their friends, and you know, they don't like people that are pushy. You know, they want to fuck around with people that just go with the flow. They could be making music with their friends. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of ways that could go because the 12th house is, or Pisces is infinite. And then moving on, we're talking about the 12th house and Aries and Mars. And, you know, they have problems showing outward aggression, you know, and that goes with that repressed anger that we talked about earlier. And they also have problems showing their competitive nature. They'll just back off like, man, I ain't gonna fuck with that until they're pushed too far and then they take it too far. You get what I'm saying? The thing is, like, you know, these are the things that could be your downfall in the 12th house, you know. So them losing their temper, you know what I'm saying, is the shit that could get them in trouble, even get them locked up, because the 12th house could represent incarceration, if I haven't ever said that before. And, you know, they have issues with taking initiative, but that's all right, because just because you build like that, you don't have to build like that, man. It don't matter if you're a Taurus rising, or a Sagittarius rising, or a Libra rising, or a Scorpio rising, or a Cancer rising. Just because you build like that, you don't have to build like that, man. You don't have to feed into the negativity, man. You did? And look, y'all, this has been the last installment in our series on the rising signs or the ascendants. It's been a pleasure bringing it to y'all, man. And hey, man, this concludes all the series that we've been working on right now. And I have to let y'all know now that you're not going to see me very much for the next week. You know what I'm saying? You might see me sparsely because I just can't stay away. I love that camera and that camera loves me. But, no, I'm bullshit. But, I'm going to take this next week. I had some on my lip, y'all. I don't know what that was. I have to catch up on my readings. You know, I have to figure out which direction we're going to go in. And then, you know, there's some things that I need to do to make sure that my business is legitimized. You know what I'm saying? And hey, we'll be back and have it cracking. You know what I'm saying? Y'all see, I ain't never let you down. Everything that I tell you, I deliver on, because that's what type of dude I am. And that means something to me. I appreciate all the love and support, man. Hey, man, y'all please like, share, and subscribe if y'all fooling with me, bro. Y'all see I'm a fucking goofball, man. But I keep it real, though. And that's what I'm asking y'all to do. If y'all are interested in any astrological readings whatsoever, you can either hit me up in the comments below or email me at mr.turner1300@gmail.com. And you can figure that out, that it's in Western Vedic numerology. Hey, man, if you're interested in any merch, get at me too, man. You know what I'm saying? I got hats, I got shirts, I got some hoodies coming. And, hey, I really can get anything you want done up for you, man. Or if anybody's waiting on a natal chart reading, man, hey, I'm trying to get them to you on time, on the time frame that I told you. And usually I deliver. If it changes, I will notify you. But hey, man, I'm on it. I just have a lot. I have a lot to do, man. And I'm blessed and I'm grateful for that, man. But I'm swamped because I handle it all myself. I got them coming to y'all, man. Hey, y'all keep it real, man. You already know who you fucking with.